Thanksgiving isn't just turkey, it's history, it's family, it's struggle, it's gratitude. In all the messy, beautiful ways it shows up in our lives. Today we're diving into the story of Thanksgiving, the real meaning, the traditions, the surprises around the world, and why this day still matters more than ever. The story of Thanksgiving, as many of us know it, begins in 1620. It starts with a group of English settlers, the Pilgrims, who crossed the vast, unforgiving Atlantic. They weren't just adventurers, they were families, separatists fleeing religious persecution, all searching for freedom and the promise of a new beginning. They boarded a small, cramped vessel called the Mayflower, a cargo ship never intended for so many souls. For 66 brutal days, over 100 people were packed below deck, weathering fierce storms and the constant threat of disease. The journey was rough. But arriving in the New World wasn't the end of their struggle. It was the beginning of a new one. Their first winter was even harder. Unprepared for the bitter cold and lacking adequate food and shelter, sickness swept through the fledgling Plymouth colony. Nearly half didn't make it. But as spring arrived, so did hope. This hope came in the form of the local Wampanoag people, who had lived on this land for millennia. A man named Tisquantum, or Squanto, who had learned English after being captured and taken to Europe, acted as a crucial bridge. With the help of the indigenous people, who understood the land and the seasons, the Pilgrims learned to grow native crops, to fish, and to survive. This alliance was complex, born of mutual need, but it was life-saving. By the fall of 1621, their harvest was plentiful. To celebrate their survival and good fortune, the Pilgrims held a feast. They invited the Wampanoag leader, Massasoit, who arrived with 90 of his men. The three-day feast that followed would become the seed of what we now call Thanksgiving. But here's what most people never hear. That feast wasn't an annual event, and Thanksgiving didn't become a national holiday for more than 200 years. It took the tireless efforts of a woman named Sarah Josepha Hale, a magazine editor and writer. For 17 straight years, she wrote letters to presidents arguing that a national day of thanks could help unite a country fracturing over slavery. Finally, in 1863, in the midst of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln declared the last Thursday in November a national day of Thanksgiving, hoping to bring Americans together in gratitude, even in the darkest of times. Thanksgiving today, it's a beautiful mix of chaos and comfort. We've got turkey carving debates, secret family recipes, and that one relative who insists their stuffing is the only correct stuffing. Thanksgiving is also the one day a year where 4,500 calories is considered a light meal. There's the Macy's Parade, football games, family board games, and the annual tradition of pretending the cranberry sauce we bought last year still tastes good. And of course, Black Friday, where gratitude lasts until you see the price of a 75-inch TV. But here's something people don't realize. Thanksgiving has gone global. The holiday's core message of gratitude and harvest has resonated far beyond American borders, taking on new life and new traditions in cultures all over the world. It's a fascinating example of how an idea can travel, adapt, and become something uniquely local, yet universally understood. Let's take a quick trip around the world to see how other countries celebrate. First, we head north to Canada, where Thanksgiving is celebrated on the second Monday in October. Their tradition actually predates the American one, with roots tracing back to an English explorer, Martin Frobisher, who gave thanks for his safe passage in 1578. The celebration is very similar. Families gather for a turkey dinner, watch some football, and enjoy the crisp autumn air, grateful for the season's bounty. Now let's cross the Pacific. In Japan, Americans and locals celebrate Friendsgiving in cozy apartments. For many expats, it's a way to build a chosen family far from home, sharing a piece of their culture with Japanese friends who have embraced the concept. The result is a beautiful culinary mashup, born from necessity and creativity. In tiny kitchens, you'll find Costco turkeys and creative fusion dishes, like ramen stuffing or pumpkin spice mochi. It's a testament to making a home wherever you are. In the Philippines, the connection is deeply historical, and the celebration is pure fiesta. Here, families blend traditions with incredible enthusiasm. Turkey next to lechon, adobo next to mashed potatoes, and karaoke that lasts longer than the feast. It's loud, joyful, and filled with an infectious spirit of togetherness. In West Africa, Liberia celebrates Thanksgiving on the first Thursday of November. Established by freed American slaves in the 1820s, it's a national holiday that blends American traditions with Liberian culture. Church services are held in the morning, followed by family feasts featuring chicken, cassava, and spicy peppers alongside the turkey. It's a day of immense historical significance and gratitude. Meanwhile, in the UK and across Europe, expats recreate Thanksgiving using local ingredients, sometimes with hilarious results. Finding a whole turkey can be a quest, and cranberry sauce might be replaced with lingonberry jam. And canned pumpkin puree? Forget about it. Pumpkin pie made from real pumpkins? The struggle is real, but the satisfaction of pulling it off is immense. It's a labor of love that connects them back to their roots. From Canada to Liberia, Japan to the Philippines, these celebrations show that giving thanks is a universal human impulse. No matter where it's celebrated or what dishes are on the table, the heart of Thanksgiving stays the same: gratitude, community, and sharing a moment of connection. Let's talk about the real heart of Thanksgiving, because here's the truth. Thanksgiving isn't about perfect food. It's not about the flawless turkey or the lump-free gravy. It's about imperfect people trying to love each other through the beautiful, chaotic mess of it all. It's about letting go of the pressure to perform and instead choosing to be present. You don't need the biggest turkey. You don't need a magazine-perfect table. You just need people, even if it's just one, to share the moment with. Think of the college student, thousands of miles from home, hosting their first Friendsgiving in a tiny apartment. The table is a collection of mismatched chairs. The food is a potluck of experiments, but the room is filled with a warmth that has nothing to do with the oven. That connection is the feast. In a world that races forward, Thanksgiving forces us to slow down, to breathe, to appreciate the small things we so often overlook. The scent of cinnamon and sage hanging in the air. The low hum of conversation from the other room. The simple, profound comfort of being indoors while the November wind blows outside. It's a day that asks for nothing but our attention. And maybe this year has been difficult. If you've lost something or someone, if your life looks different than you expected, the empty chair at the table can feel deafening. Gratitude doesn't deny the pain. It doesn't erase the grief. Instead, it sits with it. It's a quiet act of courage that acknowledges the sorrow and then gently, bravely highlights what still remains. It's the flicker of a candle in the darkness. It's the hand that reaches for yours across the table. It's the love that endures, even through loss. That is what we give thanks for. Wherever you're watching this from, hit pause for 5 seconds. Think of one thing you're thankful for today, even if it's simple, even if it's small, even if it's just breath in your lungs. Now share it in the comments. You never know, your gratitude might be the reminder someone else needed today. At its heart, Thanksgiving isn't about a date on the calendar. It's a posture, a way of seeing the world, a reminder to cherish the people beside us, a reminder to reach out to those we miss, a reminder to say thank you while we still can. So, wherever you are, home, traveling, with friends, or spending it quietly, I hope today brings you peace. I hope it brings you joy, and I hope it reminds you of what truly matters. Happy Thanksgiving. From my family to yours.